What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Welcome to tonight's show. Sonny, want to say what up?
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, Sunny D. What's up?
What up, what up, what up? We are in the building.
Right.
Still celebrating 10 years of GFT Radio Show. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being a part of our just everything that we do here.
That part, everything, all of it.
Yes.
Y'all like us, I guess.
Right. Y'all might be feeling us. Y'all might be appreciating us, and we appreciate y'all. Got a great show lined up as usual. Got some trending topics, some Reddit topics, some bunch of stuff, some random stuff. But yeah, and hopefully we'll have our guests on as well tonight.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited for that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about it unless they come through. You know, we don't want to get y'all hopes up or all that.
Yeah.
Our hopes are all the way up, but so we don't want to get y'all hopes up.
That part.
With y'all coming through. So until then, we'll hold that close to the chest. But in the meantime, Sonny, what's been going on with you the last couple weeks since we've
been a lot going on with me, but good things. A lot of good things. Some random things, but a lot of good things. And I'm super excited to see like what happens next. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I got a lot of things that's like going on, but some positive things. So I'm just waiting to see how the chips land. I'm not going to speak on it until it comes into fruition, but you know, I'm super excited about it. So
for sure. Yeah, I know how that is. I mean, they always say don't show your cards until you're ready to drop them. So
yeah. So I got a lot of it's not even like well, it's business wise, but it's also personal. So it's like a lot of things that I'm excited about. That I'm just happy that I'm where I'm at. I'm at a place where I can, you know, focus on these things and get these things the way I want them. So I'm super excited.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of have a couple things like that too in the pipe, and then you know, personally, but you know, and then it's just, you know, other life stuff everybody's going through between you know, trying to get ready for the new school year. I mean, I don't have to do that myself personally, but my you know, my wife is a teacher, so she has to do that. You know, there's a lot of people that are, you know, trying to get back into the swing of things after the summer. You know, fall is coming quickly. So days are getting shorter. Last minute vacations are popping in and out. So, you know, there's that. And then, you know, just work in general, work, living, trying to survive in this crazy climate, economic climate, things like that, which I do want to touch on a little bit. Not just the economic climate, really just the political climate. Primarily, what's going on in DC recently. Trump and his administration has decided that they are going to take it upon themselves to crack down on crime in DC. Although the mayor and the citizens of DC are saying that there's no increase in crime. Crime is on a downturn there over the last few years, and I believe even as of the time when he deployed the Secret Service, the National Guard, that crime was at an all-time low for the last 3 or 4 years or whatever. So what's your thoughts on this? I know I have my thoughts, and there's a lot of, you know, not a lot, but there's a couple of specific conspiracy theories in terms of this.
I haven't been I just feel like for me, I haven't really been paying attention to stuff. I know my family group chat be popping with a lot of the stuff that's been going on. I just feel like for me, it's like I don't want to upset myself. I don't want to be outraged or enraged about a lot of stuff. It's just Like nothing that's been going on has surprised me. I like I said, I see the group messages, my sisters and them get all invested in the conversation and stuff. And it's just like I can't keep doing that to myself. Like this man, like at this point, he's done enough for me that, you know, early on and before he even became president. So it's like this is this is what's happening for a lot of people voting him in. So all the stuff that's happening that people are upset about, it's like I can be upset, but I was upset before he was elected. This is why we were talking about a lot of this stuff, and you know, like what he's going to do, all these things that were supposed to be set in motion, and like just stuff that he's been doing. And it's like at this point, I can't be surprised by anything he do. I can't even be outraged. It's like it's what more are you going to do? Like
Right.
at this point, everybody's like, "Oh, y'all worried he's going to do all this stuff," and it's like he did some of the stuff and a bunch of extras, a little extras splashed in. So it's like for me, I can't upset myself that much. So
I feel you. Yeah, the biggest thing for me has been the pushback from the mayor, the statistics, all the things that are counter to what he's doing. But like I said, you can't be surprised. I mean, everything in the last whatever number of months it's been has been just one mounting thing over another in terms of him just being able to just do what he wants, sign things into executive order, or even just pushing Congress to allow him to do certain things that are just unheard of, unprecedented, and unfortunately unnecessary. But it's just another in a long line of these things that I definitely feel has been a overstretch, an overreach on his part, on the government's part, and then the conspiracy theory. One of the more specific ones is that this is just another method of trying to push in a game for power and create a military state. And the theory before he even took office is that Trump would put things in motion, put things in the path in order to put the country into a military state. And what that means is that at the point where I don't know what at what level it has to be a military state, but at some level, if the country is in a military state, there will be no way for an election to be held, and then he could stay in as president for
it's giving Hitler vibes.
Exactly. Yeah.
It started off with
give him the ability
to
stay president for an undescript amount of time. So that's just another clue to this, right? And it's believable because at this point, he's done things to try to push this narrative that he has all power and all authority to do what he wants, and he's been getting away with that. So to see that he's going to do something like this that does set those wheels in motion,
it goes back to when he first got elected and all these things like what was it? I'm going to say the name wrong. Was it Project 2025 or was it? I can't remember the name of it. It was something 2025.
Oh, the Project 2025. Yeah.
Okay. So when we saw that and everybody's like, no, it has nothing to do with him. He's not going to do blah, blah, blah. And then certain things started to fall in place. Certain things started to fall in place. And it's like, yeah, he is aligned with this. As much as everybody was trying to say, no. Yes, he is. Like, it's like basically showing us giving us the playbook of what's about to happen. And people so like, no, it's not going to happen. And it's so many things that's been going on. And like, it's giving Hitler vibes. It's Hitler got in the office and started changing a lot of stuff, started doing stuff. And then he decided, hey, well, like, I don't like the people. I don't want these people in our thing. They over here. Like, it started off with small microaggressions and changes.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think what was going on, like, or what's going to happen. Like, no, it's not going to happen. And then it happened. And to that devastation of a country, right? And the people, the lives that were lost because this man had full power to do whatever he wanted. And he had he had the military force implementing these things. Like they had carte blanche to do, like they had these rules, but they also had carte blanche to do what they wanted to do. As long
Exactly.
as a German or the I guess a German person, like the way he wanted them to be,
Mm-hmm.
or like the religion and race that he wanted, then it could be you could be off with not it wasn't even a freaking thought. It was just, like you were the lowest of lows. So it's like it's giving me those vibes. So like the
Right.
stuff that I'm hearing is just like, okay, like this the slow progression of it. And it's like, but how long is he going to be able to do this? Because if he's already implementing things to remain president for an extended amount of time, what do y'all think is about to happen? Like, but this is the people this is the person y'all vote. And this was what pissed me off about people. Y'all, some people I see now want to get up in arms, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people didn't vote for one and complain. Did vote, but didn't want a woman in office.
Right.
So this is now this is what we have, right?
Right.
And it's other people that could have been voted into office, right? But at whatever end of it, he was never going to be our solution. He definitely was going to be the problem. And he didn't get to do it the first go around, but definitely now the second go around, he's going to do whatever he can do to make
Right.
sure he keep the reins to the kingdom. And a lot of us that look like us, and a lot of us who thought that even these Latin Americans, right? Y'all
Right.
look Latinos. Some of y'all voted for him, and now he over here got ICE all of them through everywhere. Like it's ICE been in my city for a minute and getting people, and getting like every time you turn around, it's a video of ICE in somebody's neighborhood coming to get some people. Not too long ago, in one of our locations, they had ICE out there arguing with these different community leaders about not coming to take somebody because they were doing it illegally.
Right.
Like, so like at this point, like, yes, people have a job to do, but like the way these things are happening, that you're giving them carte blanche to do it the way they want. So now it's like people are like standing up, but at the same time, it's like, where was y'all at? Like he never gave a fuck about, like, he was.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's the thing in this situation is that, or in the like the ICE situation is that people assuming that they're going to be free and clear, or that they're going to be the exception to the rule, that kind of thing. And unfortunately, there's still some people who feel like, oh, it is what it is. And this is one of those situations that I definitely think that he's playing to the "it is what it is" crew, because there's a lot of people, even I guess the DC police union president, or maybe even just the whole union as a whole, has endorsed this move by the president of taking over DC with the National Guard. So there's some people that are riding with him, regardless of how extreme or how different or how weird this administration is getting. And so yeah, I just pulled up this thing. I asked the question of, when does a president stay in office during a military state? And it just says that a president will generally remain in office during a military state and continue to act as commander in chief, as established in Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution. So this is something that's like been debated over in court and things of that nature. But it comes down to the commander in chief clause, and is supported by historical practice and court precedent. So, you got this already backing him up, and his lawyers are extremely good at what they're doing, because they're giving him the ammunition and the power through his, written executive orders in many of the cases that have, either flown through or have, been pushed back in court proceedings, but if in general have been allowed, so it's a lot, and I think that this is just another in a long stream of things that's just lining this up for him to try to stay in power. And it's crazy, a lot of people are okay with him being in power. They feel like he is the answer. They feel like he's draining the swamp. He's doing the things that he's made, keeping the promises that he made, which I'll give it to him. He has, kept a lot of different promises. A lot he hasn't, but a lot he has. So he's pandering and going after the people he wants to go after. One thing that got me recently was a person mentioned, and I think it was one of the comedians, but it might have been a pundit, mentioned that his strategy that has seemed to work is his ability to excite and rile up uh, certain groups, small groups,
Yeah.
get them going. The people who are looking for one particular topic or subject or thing to be appealed to and taken
Yeah.
care of. He's taking care of those things, getting those people worked up, and then now he's got them backing them up because they're like, hey, nobody else is going to do this for us. He did it for us, and now they're happy. Now he has their support. And I think that he has done that in a lot of ways. A lot of things that he's done has been targeted to these smaller groups of people and
Yeah.
these smaller special interests and being able to garner that support based on those small little things that he's been able to just say, oh, I can executive power this in, I can get Congress to agree to this, things like that.
Yeah.
And this is another big one because he's got these, people saying, "Oh, I don't want my streets to be unsafe," or "I don't want," they looking at DC historically as a violent, violent crime haven, and saying, "Oh yeah, you got to take action and get this cleaned up," and not realizing that he starts doing this now. They're talking about doing this in Chicago, taking over Chicago with the National Guard. Next, it'll probably be LA. It's going to move on, New
Yeah.
York and Detroit, and I'm sure he'll be in a couple of places in California. So it's just going to be one of those things just going to keep rolling through until he has enough reason and power to be able to say, oh, you know what, we're in a military state and we now need to act accordingly and only take orders from the president. He becomes the sole power in
Yeah.
the executive government once he has commander in chief role. There's no
Yeah.
more
And
checks and balances. There's barely any checks
that's
and
the
balances
scary
as it
part.
is. It becomes no checks and balances once that happens.
Yeah. Dane said something in the comments.
Oh, what up, though, Dame? I saw he said,
Hey
oh,
Dane.
there's a video of him saying that there's going to be a war in 3 years. And then he says that's one of the reasons why Bush was in office during 9/11. I mean, it's one of those things where it's not a game. It's not anything to play with. But then there's a lot of people who are supporting this. They're saying
Yeah.
that this is what they want. There's literally small groups on Twitter. I'm going to keep calling it Twitter. Is Mama name on Twitter? I'm gonna call them Twitter, and they are like they want a third term. They want Trump for president for life.
Oh
That
wow.
kind of thing. It's crazy, but it's the wheels that have been set in motion.
Wow. And that's a scary Jesus. I'm just at this point, like I said, I can't be surprised. I'm not surprised by anything. At this point, I feel like this is what people thought they wanted, and now they're getting it. And whoever doesn't like it, that's like sometimes a hard, what your mom used to say, a hard head make a soft ass.
Indeed, indeed.
And he gonna show you better than he can tell you. And whatever you get from that is what you get from that. But for those who did not vote, you're a part of the problem. And for those who voted for him, look what y'all voted for.
You're right. Indeed,
So
indeed. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my computer. It just started. Oh, here it is. Started acting crazy on me. But yeah, so the next topic I have, kind of on the same vein. It was I don't know if you guys got a chance to check it out. I sent it to you guys, a video about a community exclusively for white straight residents called
wow.
Return to the Land. So CNN did a little expose on this community in Nebraska. That's a group of people have purchased 160 acres of land. They have set up a small community there and are building up that land in order to basically have their own space in place for white white people and straight people and they say that it's nothing to do with supremacy, nothing to do with exclusion, but more to do with protecting their people and uplifting their people. What's your thoughts on that?
That's cute. It's cute. At least we know two things. We know it won't get bombed or tore down or bulldozed over and made a lake out of. But it won't. That won't happen. I'm sure you guys will thrive and succeed because people that think just like you will want to make sure and protect your people because us bad gay and LGBTQ people and other races are the problem. This is you got to protect yourselves from us, I guess. That sounds dumb as hell, but these are this gives me the mind of people when they ask like this is so dumb on so many levels because it's basically it's taking something that Black folks have done because they needed to be protected, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is something that Black people did because we needed a place where we could be Black without being bothered. And somehow we still were bothered, burned down and bulldozed and massacred and our land's taken over into that turned into parks, rivers, or lakes, and just been demolished into towns that no longer exist. We did that because we needed our protection. It also gives me, it also gives for indigenous and Indian people they need places because they had land here, and you non-colored folks came over here and try to colonize and take over and kill them, so they had to find a place to protect themselves, and like it's really giving privilege to me.
For sure.
It's giving it's giving hella privilege vibes. Whether you say it's not about race is coming like, and then it gave me Hitler vibes because white and straight, that was Hitler's whole model. He wanted blonde hair, blue eye, perfect German people. And he didn't want nobody that had nothing, that with no other nationality, no gays. He killed that. I mean, he killed a whole lot of folks, right? But he also killed a lot of others. And others meaning people that weren't Jewish, that weren't the standard German look that he wanted. If you look different, he didn't want you there, let alone be a part of the LGBT community. You were just taking like you were one of the Jewish people. So right. There was no distinction other than this is what I want, and you are not that, so you must go.
Yeah, I mean, and he's saying that this is just to show love for their own people, and it's like, okay, but
so now we're gonna start having a White History Month too. Like this is just one of those things where it's just not. If you are not oppressed, if you are not an oppressed people, I don't feel like you are privileged enough to not have to go through that. Yes, a lot of people, a lot of religions, had to go through a lot of stuff. I talked to one of my friends. She's an Albanian. Like her family went. Not her family, but her people went through some stuff too. So it's just like understanding these things, but it's just like this right here is privilege. I can't y'all wild for that. But like I mean, y'all will prosper because nobody's gonna burn y'all down and mow over your thing and make a lake park or just destroy your town. I mean, and then only like unless other white folks have a problem with it, like we're not gonna come to your space. We're not that bothered that we're coming to your space to do anything with it. But like, child.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Dame said they want to be so separate from us, they can't take anything of ethnicity, no soul food, no tacos, no seafood, no Italian.
No. Trevor Noah said, if you don't like us, you shouldn't deal with our spices. You shouldn't be able to partake in none of our stuff, none of our spices, none of our seasonings, none of it. Just have your bland food.
Exactly.
Because y'all was traveling across oceans to get some spices from all these other ethnicity groups that y'all don't like. Like, Crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And my apologies. I said it was in Nebraska. It's in the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas. For some reason,
Nobody goes to Ark. Nobody wants to. Shut up. Let me shut up.
But yeah, so they went and checked it out. They said they had the 160 acres. Looks like it's fenced off on one side. They built a makeshift gravel road. They have some cabins, some huts, some sheds, things like that. So far, not a lot has been done there. But she took a look inside the main guy's David Orwell or whatever his name is, Orwell's his Aaron Orwell's his office, his little office shed where he runs his podcast from. And she's like, yeah, he has a bookshelf full of books, including Mein Kampf. So it's like, yeah, you got a whole playbook over there of how to be white nationalists and
that part
and white supremacy and all the things. And you're like, oh yeah, it's not about that. It's about the love for my people. Yeah. We've heard that before. We've definitely heard that before. So yeah, it's crazy, but. That's the thing. It's a lot of places that they could have done this without doing all that. They could have been, it's Eric Orwell, whatever his name is. Who cares? But anyway, long story short, they could have did this anywhere else without all this hoopla and for cheaper. They could have. There's plenty of suburban, rural areas in major states, major cities that they could have done this. And just moved in everybody that they know into that one little area, and it'd have been the same thing anyway. Matter of fact, there's a new development about 45 minutes northwest of Detroit that just opened up, and there's only like 8 to 10 homes being built there. It's surrounded by a state park on one side and a large mountain on the other side, and they could have staked claim over there, bought all the houses up, and nobody been the wiser. They could have had their straight white community anyway. Nobody would know. Nobody would care.
Hey, yo, that's terrible.
But at this point, I think that they're trying to make a statement. Doing something like this, they're trying to they're trying to kind of publicize something like this. And I think, by promoting something like this, you're promoting others to try to follow suit, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's something you can't directly do in, let's say, in a major city where there's HUD rules involved, you can't discriminate, you can't exclude, things like that. Doing this on their own private land and that kind of thing kind of pushes them out of that boundary, but they're, able to start saying, hey, we all could do this. And then now they got these little pocket areas, pocket nations, and some people even mentioned in the comments they felt like this is a push for being a sovereign nation and trying to separate themselves from government overreach and things like that, which we've seen the government kind of toy with that in the past, allow people to go so far and then kind of crush them. But it's also something that in Trump's new world and new world order that I could see being allowed and pushed forward. Dame is on the roll. But yeah, I think it's just, another one of those things where it's this misplaced effort for a focused goal,
Yeah. See, that makes me, I don't even, like, if I was beat, if I cared enough, that would make me want to get a land right next to him and have a whole bunch of black folk just right there.
Exactly.
Being loud and unproductive. So y'all know y'all can hear it. Smelling all the fried chicken from across the way. All that.
Right. All right. Enough of the geopolitics of the United States. The next topic that I have. We got Dame in here. What up, though, Dame?
Yo, what up, though?
Banner announcement up there. I don't know if you saw that.
Into the studio.
Right. That's kind of dope. I did see the announcement for those, but yeah, that's cute. What up, Dame? What's good with you, bro?
Hey, what up, though? Oh. So I want to piggyback off real quick about the people who want to separate themselves from the rest of the world. It's quite interesting that they're trying to make a fake uproar about them. About us being upset about them trying to separate themselves from us.
Yeah,
which is quite interesting. Because
be like us, copying our style yet again.
Like just like no, we don't care. Go away. You could have left. That said a word. We wouldn't have noticed.
That part. That's like that's almost like
that's almost like they could have did this
on Facebook and we don't even know. Like,
exactly.
People you may know. I may know this person. I thought I did, but they not.
Right.
Even care.
Yeah, they could have did this anywhere with less hoopla and less effort. They actually still had
they wanted us to know
their
that
own places to live instead of living in huts and sheds. Like, come on,
guys. The only thing that I think we'd probably be upset about is like, okay, when we tried to do it, y'all wouldn't leave us alone. Y'all want the land. Like, let me see, Rosewood, Philly, Tulsa. I'm gonna miss a few, but yeah. Thank you. Yes. There's a whole lake.
That's why all them people be drowning.
Oops, it wasn't Jason.
Right. What up, though, Hank? What's good, bro?
Is in the building.
He's muted.
Oh, he muted. He don't want to hang out with us. Not yet.
Yeah,
he ain't ready for us.
All right, we're going to move on to the next topic real quick. This one I found interesting. So I'd actually heard of this before, and it sounded weird to me. But then I just saw this post, and I had a discussion with a couple of people about it. And it's just one of those things that just always strikes me as odd. But I was like, hey, let's see what the rest of y'all think. It was this post here that came across one of the groups things that was out there, and I'm trying to get my thing back right. So
you have to read that to me because I'm not putting my glasses on today.
Yeah, let me open it. There we go. Okay, here we go. Hopefully that's better. Let's do this. Boom. Okay.
Now I can see it. I can see it now. Okay.
All right. So it says, would you date a person with no degree? This is my first time. Recently started dating again. Met a nice guy. Doesn't have a college degree. Blue collar. CDL. Makes 125K plus. Been in his job 20 years. Owns a home. Luxury cars. 401K maxed out. 750 credit score. Not looking to go 50-50 on bills. So basically he's willing to pay the bills. Very meticulous man, clean, all this stuff. But she says, I've noticed that our conversations lack substance. He does curse a lot while he has a passport and is open to international travel. Right now, he loves going to Vegas, LA, and Atlanta, while I like to take trips to Bali and Greece. I'm in social circles and I need someone who can accompany me and who can hold their own in a conversation. Our values and lifestyles are in alignment, but there are a few things that concern me. It's only been 3 months of dating. Should I end it now?
Wow.
So,
yep. Go ahead.
So,
you
just go ahead, Dame. Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
No, yep. Just go ahead, because if she's that worried about like the little small stuff, just go ahead and end it now, because it's going to work your nerves later on when you have a big client. I mean, you shouldn't sweat the small stuff. I mean, just because he has a few rough edges here and there, that's what makes life interesting, just a little bit. If y'all both get along or just great, he's willing to do the work that most women complain about. About paying bills. Paying all the bills, matter of fact.
Pay all the bills.
Paying all the bills, and he's willing to do stuff with you and for you. Why are you sweating little stuff like a degree? Ask him, just go along with him and be like, hey, would you consider taking a class here or trying to brush up on your, just brush up on those edges a little bit just to make yourself a little bit more refined or whatever you want to call it. But if you're just that, I don't know, I don't want to use the wrong word, because she could be a nice person. She's just, just shallow a little bit. Sonny, sir.
Yeah, what you think, Sonny?
Oh, hold on. I was sending. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you fine.
Okay. Yeah. Now I'm sending Hype the link again. I feel like that's stupid as hell. I'm sorry. Dating out here is scarce. I don't have a degree. Even if I had a degree, I don't think that would be an issue for me. I don't think it would be something that has a major part for me. I feel like she needs to end it because obviously she, as much as he got going on, she has a problem with him, and it's not something that he's going to he's going to deal with. Like, what do you mean his conversation has no substance? What are y'all talking about?
Hey, Sonny, can I stop you real quick?
Y'all having, because I mean, it's a lot of people with degrees that's stupid as hell. I mean, I'm sorry. I work in an industry where I get calls from people that make more money than me and dumb as a box of rocks. And and that's not even just people I work with. It's people in life that I actually know in real life that's dumb as a box of rocks. They like book smart, crazy, right? They got those degrees. They got a master's and everything, but lack common sense. So what kind of conversations are you having? And I curse probably a lot too. Yes, that's something. If you talk to that man and say, listen, I don't really like all the cursing, maybe he can curb some of the cursing down or minimize it for you. If he likes you, he would do it. The same way I don't like the way cigarette smoke smell. So yes, if I date, most of the guys I've dated smoke cigarettes, not all of them, but some of them I dated smoke cigarettes. So I've told them I don't like the smell. So yes, they're less likely to smoke around me. But if I come into their space, they're not gonna. They're gonna smoke. They might not smoke as much as they would, but they would minimize the smoking. But when they're in my space, they go outside or something like that. Like if it's cold, yes, you can smoke inside the house, but like go downstairs and get away from me or whatever. Like I might not be there, or sometimes I might even let it, be okay because you're not smoking as much. And I know some smokers be chain smoking. It's called compromise. This is 3 months in. What conversation are you having with this man that he don't got no substance? And whether or not he has a passport, he likes to go to them places. Did you ask him to go to Bali with you? Y'all just met 3 months ago. He might not be inclined to go rushing to Bali with you. Maybe a couple more months down the line, he cool with that, right? Making that commitment to spend that bread to go there, because obviously he don't have a problem with paying anything, and he can potentially go with no problem. You're not asking him. You're like, did you ask this man to talk to him and see if he was willing to travel? Yes, he likes. I know people that like certain spots to go to, but doesn't mean they don't want to go elsewhere.
Right.
Open your mouth and say something. But if you don't want to say nothing, leave that man alone. Stop wasting his time.
Well, that part. And that's how I feel about it. Like, I mean, I hear you, Dame, about him being able to do the work and change, but maybe he don't want to change. I mean, if he got all this going on, he's got all this success already. Him to
come find me.
Him being a part of her social circles. Him doing the traveling that she wants to do only, and him stopping cussing. That's not something that he may not want to get involved in. He may want to be the man he is and be accepted for who he is. And there's plenty of women out there that'll take him just as he is. So
I would just say it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I think she's barking up the wrong tree.
Part.
I think the problem I really had with it was just the initial statement. Like, you start off with, would you date a person with no degree? What the hell does a degree have to do with all
that
this?
Part.
Successful, got his shit together, and obviously you like him enough to be still dating him in 3 months. That that degree wasn't going to change any of that. The degree was not going to change, not a thing.
That part.
So to be pushed or pushing his narrative that a degree was going to make him more refined or make him want to go to Greece.
Better conversation.
I got a degree. I'm not trying to go to Greece every day. I'm trying to go to Vegas every day. I would go to Greece. I have no problem with that. But at this point in time right now, I'm not going to Greece. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Orlando. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to to the Bahamas. I'm going to Cancun. I'm going to Jamaica. I'm going to all these other places. That's just not on my list right now. That doesn't make me less refined. That doesn't make me a bad person. She's making this like a person with no degree is a bad person. Like, get out of here. That's crazy.
That's not part of a person's character, is not having a degree. That's a thing. And you would never see until Sonny said something. I know Sonny for almost a decade now. I've never known you not to have a degree. I would never know. I thought, Sonny. What's that?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
sorry.
at the end of the day,
No.
you could have a conversation and be smart as hell.
Yeah.
And not have a degree. Like just be a degree doesn't define whether or not that you can have a hold an intellectual conversation. I don't have a degree. I was a problem child, but at the same time, I was getting straight A's and B's. So as bad as I was them grades wasn't lacking, but that doesn't whether or not I have a college degree or not. Reading a book is fundamental. I like to read. I like to know different things. I'm a history buff. I watch history shit all the time for no reason. Not that my daughter's like, "Mom, you watch that boring shit." I'm educating myself even at the age of 42. I'm gonna do that. That's why I say a degree. That like I'm with Willie to that first fucking line through me. I didn't even read it. It was just like, are you serious? Because I know it's people that have degrees that don't got no fucking common sense, and I'm talking about. Like when I say lack of common sense, we'll go and do something and it don't make no fucking sense. And it's like, well, you didn't think about this? No, I didn't even think about that because it made no common sense. Like
in the perfect example is a guy we was talking about.
Let me hold on. Let me do a disclaimer because I don't want people to see this and be saying somebody think people with degrees are dumb. No, that's not what I said. What I said was a degree does not hold weight to your character to whatever to your character or your intellectual knowledge. There's a lot of people that have degrees that when I say they smart but they dumb as hell, they don't have common sense. That's what I'm saying. Or some
street smarts or a bunch of things that they could still lack regardless of degree or not.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying people with degrees aren't smart. There's a lot of people that have degrees that are smart, and I respect you. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the people that's smart, that's dumb as a box of rocks, that just be doing stuff that don't make nobody sense. You just look at them like, yo, what the fuck? They went to school and everything, got a whole degree, and just ain't got not a piece of common sense. Those folks I'm talking about.
The big dummies, yeah. But yeah, I think that's the thing is it also doesn't guarantee you success either. I know a bunch of people with degrees still struggling out here. They can't
find a job in the field that which they studied in.
Right, that part, and don't have half the things that she just described this man as having. I think people who subscribe to degree means gold or a degree forms your lifestyle and your character. Those kind of people should probably just stick to those kind of people because trying to put that on somebody
be done together.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. She makes me feel like she don't have no common sense because what are you talking about? What are we even talking about?
Just shit up. I'm busy here.
He said, "Shout out to the Box of Rocks family." Right. And honestly, if she'd have just left that first sentence out of here, or first two sentences out of here, this would have gone a whole different way for her. This would have been a lot.
I know more. It wouldn't have. No, don't tell that lie, Willie. She the whole bunch of paragraphs is goofy shit. So she's smart.
It is, but I'm saying that without the first two sentences,
she ain't got no common sense.
No, the thing about that first two paragraphs. The first two lines was more of a shot to him and more trying to pat herself on the back, trying to make herself seem more uplifted.
What she got? All she said was throw down. She traveled the world and have conversations. Yo, I hate people. So her two paragraphs shows us that she is also done with the box rock. Because first of all, so Miss Lady, who got a degree, is I apostrophe VE. That's I'm petty. We can go here. Your grammar ain't grammaring, and you got a whole degree, lady.
Wait, what grade was school was that in?
Grammar
what grade was it? What school? What grade was that in? The grammar school.
Is that a thing, or are you saying I have? Which one you doing? Because that's apostrophe between that I and that B.
Is that second, third, or fourth grade?
She one of the people that said 2 + 2 is 5. We ain't like
no. Is that first, second, or third grade? I don't know.
I don't even know, but she got She probably got a degree, and I'm assuming it's a bachelor's or a master's, and she out here, she can't even spell right, asking questions out loud and in public.
No, she went to Trump University.
She ain't capitalized
talking real loud and ain't saying nothing.
She ain't her grammar's all she got run on sentences. Don't do that, man. I turn this whole shit up.
She got a degree from Phoenix University or Trump University.
Where her comma's supposed to be? Nah, you ain't even. Don't do that, ma'am. With your degree.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
She need Grammarly. When she typed that, she should have used Grammarly.
Or Chat GPT.
Right.
in them 2 paragraphs.
Pick one.
There's no commas. She can't Vegas is with a capital. Like she Ivan, she ain't even putting I have or apostrophe. She with your degree. She got a struggle degree. She got C's her whole 4 years. She barely made it. Never would have made it. No, I'm sorry. I can't sing, but I'm just saying.
I'm done.
Petty. I got a PhD in petty behavior and childish and minor and childish shit. So
I think we took the same class.
I signed up for petty, and that sentence, them paragraphs wasn't paragraphing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So my next topic is a question I came up with after seeing this post I'm about to put on here. The question is, before I put the post up, are we living in a world full of performers?
Yes.
So I saw this post and this Twitter post where they said Kentucky coal miner covered in dust takes his son to a college basketball game after his shift. And we see here the families look like they're having a good time at the game or whatever. He's got the face full of coal and everything. And the response is, this is performative pick me bullshit. Go to the restroom and wipe your goddamn face off with a towel. Stop showing off. What's y'all thoughts on that?
Personally, I feel like people was going off because he just went right at their shift. Yes, he could have washed his ass before he went there, but maybe he didn't want to make everybody late. So I didn't see a big issue. I didn't care enough to comment. But yeah, they was going in on him. I saw that same post. I actually seen this one too. They was going ham, and it to me it wasn't that deep.
What's your thoughts, Dan?
See, don't want to use my petty degree 101 from Sunny School. The little white boy, like, why is daddy black now? Dude, there's something called wipes. Use them. Just a little bit. This little dab will do you. Go to the restroom. Before you take the picture, let me wipe my face off a little bit. Let me use my shirt. I'm already dirty as ever, so what's going to matter if it's on my shirt?
Well, who took the picture? Because it wasn't him.
Somebody who hated him and his family very much.
Mom, because she's got her arm is off the screen, so it looks like she's taking a selfie. But yeah, this is my thing, and this is why I did agree with people about the performative portion of this. Look at his arms.
Yeah, white.
Look at his hands and his arms.
Mm-hmm.
A little dingy, but that could be just years of just being, in the coal mines. But his arms are completely white. His shirt isn't even as dirty as his face. Like, this is purely performative. Purely performative. Like there's no world that your face looks like this and your arms look like this. No, you're doing this. You're doing this for show. You're doing this for show. And I definitely agree that it is funny when they said pick me. I didn't think of it as that. I definitely thought it was the performative part of it. But it's definitely that that whole essence of like I'm the best dad. Everybody say that I'm the best dad because I did this. I didn't let the coal mine stop me from taking my son to. Bruh, nobody needed that. Just go wipe your face off and quit playing. Quit playing with our television.
Hey, yo.
It's not.
Copy that.
Right. It's not that deep. It
And
don't
Jamie
take
said
all that.
blackface. Hell no.
And just be the dad that took your son to the game. It don't have to be this level.
Yeah, I would have wiped my face, but like I don't know. That guy was no.
Yeah. I mean,
I think
we've seen that.
Less outraged because I feel like since Trump I can't talk. Since Trump has been in office, people have been doing the most wildest things. And it's like nothing will surprise me. I mean, I was surprised that Elon did the Hail Hitler thing. After that, I wasn't surprised at anything else. Nobody gave a fuck. They was like, no, they was trying to explain it off and just dumb shit. So it's just like, for me, I like, and I say this, and I'm not going to say it because what I want to say is going to sound racist, even though it's not, because some white people say this. I got black friends. I have people that are non-colored friends, and I love them to death, or like that, whatever. But I just feel like the people, those people who are white that are supremely racist, open with it, unbothered, they are more emboldened to do things. So, like I said, for me, I saw this, I chuckled a little bit, and it didn't faze me because it's like, it's almost like watching Trump come on TV to say some bullshit and just be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he said that." No, I can believe it. I can believe that people are doing shit that people are doing. Like my best friend, she walked me in some establishment, and then she be like, "Why they treat me like this, girl? You black? I don't know why you didn't know it, but like this is white people being white people. Like they just." And not all white people are like that, but like these people, you brought me to this place where it ain't nary a black person in here, and now we up in here, and you wonder why the servers walking by us, and not paying attention to us. Like, ma'am, it's not that busy. It wasn't that many people in there, and somehow it took more than 15 minutes for them to come over and ask. I ain't never been to a restaurant where it took more than 15 minutes for a waitress or waiter to come over and ask me, hey, or at least give me some forks and stuff and say, what kind of drinks you want to take my drink. Like,
right.
I just don't be shocked by it. It's just some people be doing what they supposed to do. That's what they want to do. So it don't surprise me. And that's why I say I don't really, if I chose to be offended all the time, I'd be offended a lot more than I care to admit. And at the same time, I just can't be. Like, I don't have the energy for that.
No, I feel you. Especially
not for the internet shit.
Well, yeah, that part. That part for real.
You go on the internet, you could be like, I be in the comments watching Judge Judy shows. You go on them comments or anything. Oh, there's black folks. Oh, okay. Like, I can't even. I knew it. I be watching the show like, please don't let this be black folks doing black folks shit. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Go in the comments. They calling us everything but a child of God.
Indeed. That part.
So.
All right. So I want to remind folks that we have recently been nominated for some podcast awards. And just want to remind y'all that y'all can continue to vote. If you voted already, vote again. You can vote. You can vote multiple times. Vote early and often.
That
and
part.
I'm going to put the link in the chat to the story that has the link to the voting. So make sure you guys do that. We got nominated for the Podskers. So make sure you guys go check that out for us, please. Hit the link in the comments. There's links on my page. There's links on the GFT Radio Show or GFT Radio Network page. But yeah, we got nominated for several awards, and looking forward to hopefully winning a couple of those, if not all three, at the Podskers, which happens in October here in Detroit. So make sure you guys check that out.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in October, and let me go back to the thing where we so we got nominated for. Well, I got nominated for Best Host. We also got nominated for Best Pop Culture and Entertainment Podcast, as well as Best Podcast Network and Podcast of the Year. So please go check that out. Go vote, and hopefully you you help us win in the Podskers. So we're looking forward to that. So make sure you guys.
I think that's so cute. That's a cute name. I love it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the third annual, so I've been checking it out. One of our friends of the podcast, the GAMG Muscle Gang podcast, they got nominated for a couple of awards as well. So they actually won I think best fitness podcast last year, a couple years ago. So they're vying for that spot again as well. So make sure you guys check out the Gym Animal Muscle Gang podcast, the Strong Cast as they call it. You guys have probably seen Gym Animal here in the comments before. I think he's been on the show once or twice as well. So make sure you guys check out their podcast as well. They've been nominated for a couple of awards as well. So make sure you guys vote for them as well, please. They're part of the podcast family here. And,
I think Life Be Life and too, Nye, who has been on our podcast as a part of the Podcast Link Philly team, he was nominated for Best Duo because him and Mimi hold Life Be Life and Down, and their podcast is always lit.
For sure.
Lit. Nye has joined us on a couple of shows as well as Sex with Sunny. So yeah, and he joined me and Willie to do the recap for Daredevil, which we got to finish.
For Daredevil, yeah, we definitely got to finish that as well. Yes,
yeah,
for sure. All right. I'm trying to see if we had any other topics we haven't discussed already. I'm seeing some repeats in here in my little list. Sorry, I'm trying.
You need a topic.
No, you good. What?
I got a topic. Yeah, I got a topic.
I'm scared to ask him what's his topic.
No. This is a good one. It's kind of a fan's perspective topic. And it also goes with real life. Because ESPN doing too much. They are basically the NFL got a little stake inside ESPN. So that means they get to green light and stop certain projects pertaining to the NFL product. And they just stopped a good movie or a documentary by Spike Lee because Colin Kaepernick is in it.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Oh right. I heard about that.
It's like you cannot.
You forgot Kobe Day. We did in our
yesterday.
Yesterday our town did they had basketball tournament Sunday, and it was so cute to see them in the different the Lakers jerseys like representing Kobe. It was cute. They had our Kobe Day. We had a thing. But back to Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, they stopped his movie, which I thought was kind of sucky. I mean, I like the thing. I like the what do they have, like a little mini docu-series on Netflix about him?
Mm-hmm. Yep, yeah, they had. It was about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I would love to have seen that one.
It's still on.
Well, no.
It's about the new one. I'm sorry. Yeah, the new one.
The one that they see ESPN next.
No, but it's almost like what Trump is doing with the whole news Paramount. No, he bought out Paramount. You're not being honest. You're not being a journalist at this point. You're just putting out satire because you have a little control and stake over what gets out. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me that you're gonna have honest journalism on the sports and your entertainment product at the same time and be biased.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That this is like I'm not gonna be watching sports the same anymore. It's like I can't watch the NFL and have an honest critique of the sport and of the players without having propaganda spewed in my face. It's like almost watching Fox News at this point.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, especially with the upcoming seasons of sports.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now it's just the NFL and ESPN. I can't speak for other sports. I know WWE is involved with ESPN now too. So that means all those wrestling fans, they took off everything that was on AEW. AEW was a wrestling promotion rival to WWE, and ESPN just wiped them off their network. you can't even find a mention of AEW anymore.
Oh, so you say they just took them right off of the
Off their webpage and everything.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, they had a whole show. They had shows on AEW. AEW had shows on ESPN, for a minute since they started up. And now they're just ghost.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, yes. That's the thing. I mean, everybody has either their narratives or their, like you said, their things that they're trying to push, their agenda.
Yep.
And the way they're pushing them is just like it doesn't make sense that they are allowed to do that when they have such influence, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, NFL's been a joke anyway all these years. I just choose to ignore most of the stuff they put out. Like, do you know for all those firefighters, not firefighters, but the salute to the Army heroes, the veterans, that they do every November, that the military have to pay the NFL for that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's bought and paid for. Yeah. The NFL charges them money to do the hometown hero salutes. Like, okay, how much did that cost?
Right.
Oh yeah, it probably costs a lot of money because especially if it's televised, like
a whole month. The veterans are being charged to be celebrated.
Wow, that's crazy.
And they got all mad at Colin Kaepernick for knowing he's disrespecting our flag and our army people.
He took a knee. No, it's just that guy had too much melatonin in him, so no.
Indeed.
Goddamn joke is what it is. I don't like football anyway. I'm a basketball person, but
so. All right, I got one last post I want to.
I'm yawning. I slept today. I had a good nap too.
I found this one kind of interesting, and it was funny, but it was also interesting. So this was posted by Spiritual Word, and then Clayton Thomas did a little commentary on it. I couldn't find the post, but I'm gonna pull up the little screen real quick, and we can. I wish I could make this bigger. This thing is just terrible when it comes to.
That's what she said.
So basically, what it says on here is this was a post by Lil Nar saying that niggas was never meant to see this many bad chicks. Social media got us fried. Our ancestors used to only see like 10 baddies in their whole life. And then he said this goes for girls too. Ladies were never supposed to see so many niggas with money and motion and be able to access them. A girl having a celebrity crush back in the day was a dream. Now she only a DM and a flight away from getting smashed.
The world's times have definitely changed.
I saw that post. I died. Did I send that to you or you sent that to me?
I think I posted it in our group chat. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, what's y'all thoughts on that one?
I agree to an extent because, like, yes, with social media, is like you just an inbox away from being inbox and somebody saying something to you. Whereas back in the day, you had to catch somebody. Like, I mean, I know from where I am, you used to walk around town. Like, you used to walk. Like, back in the day, we used to go outside and we didn't stay outside. We used to walk to like different parts of my city to go see, to see people. Now you can just log on social media and add them at the front and you see them all the time or whatever. So it access is at a heightened level. Yeah, and even if you are DMing celebrities, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't mean that you can. I mean, you're just gonna be a thirsty girl in the DMs, trying to get a celebrity's attention. Because I'm pretty sure you ain't the only one. Same with dudes. So it's a lot, and it's just not good. But at the same time, you can still meet people in the traditional way. It gives you access to meet people outside of what you're normally used to, and you can date outside of the box versus in the box. I know for me, my city is 7 miles long. You can end up dating somebody that your friend used to talk to, or at least humped on at some point in their life. So you bump into that a lot, right? And whether you knew it or didn't know it, this somebody used to talk to back in the day. If you weren't friends with that person, you don't know that type of thing. So dating outside is outside of the area is actually perfect for a lot of people. It makes dating better, easier, and not being in the loop of arguments with people because he used to talk to me, she used to try to talk to me, because that he used to talk to me is crucial to a lot of people, because people say it and it doesn't mean like what it means to one person might not mean the same thing to somebody else. So if I say, oh, Willie used to talk to me, somebody else think, oh, he used to just talk to her, like he tried to holler at her, whatever. Nothing. We got the Mark, and for our town, we say the Mark Flemings of the world. This dude being everybody DM. So saying he used to try to talk to you, he talked to everybody. So if you hung up on that and you don't want somebody talking to somebody because he talks to everybody, so you're not a few. He talks to everyone. So whereas you might meet somebody else that you don't see out like in the normal, so it might be somebody you might date. So I think while social media has its ups and has its downs, it has a lot of positive as far as the dating scene, because you can open your options outside of what you're used to. You can meet different people, but at the same time, it's still problematic too. So, I mean, use it at your caution.
Right,
Use it at a caution. You can't, because even with social media, I could be talking to some dude and then he's sliding in my best friend DM. So it could happen. And even though you can go on my page and look through all my pictures and see her in there, you gonna tell me, I'm like, you trying to talk to my best friend? No, I ain't know it was your best friend.
right.
It's just so like
Yeah. I definitely agree that there's a good and a bad to this, right?
Yeah.
I agree with him that that there's the access is just so much more, unlimited. To his point, my grandfather, our great grandparents, their access to people was so limited. They had their little town. Maybe if they lived in the city, it'd be a couple of neighborhoods. That was it. They didn't get to see what was out there in the world. Me and my wife were talking about this recently about how people, getting access and exposure to different foods, different cultures, different lifestyles is the social media aspect of it, this new world that we live in, this new society that we live in, is all only been benefited or has only benefited from this because of social media. We didn't have that kind of access. You might have had that cousin that visited the north that coming from down south and vice versa. They may have gotten access to different, cultures that way. But outside of that, you didn't see what was happening on the East Coast, on the West Coast, down south, in the middle, all at the same time, and all within reach of just your phone, being able to say, oh, what they're doing now. We used to always say that people down south were backwards and behind. I know you guys in on the East Coast were notorious for saying everybody was behind because you guys were trendsetters. We all kind of picked up on stuff as we got access to it, where nowadays everything is available. We can see how all cultures are progressing, what's getting hot, what's getting popular, things like that. But then with this dating, it's taking that definitely to a different level.
Yeah.
Dating outside your region or outside your state is still a thing people will subscribe to. And it's definitely made it easier to do that. And sometimes you're not dating for a relationship. You might just be, like you said, dating to smash. So seeing professional athletes in the DMs of women that they would have never had access to because of just proximity, not even because of their status, but because of proximity. Getting that kind of access is crazy. Same thing with just regular people. I've seen plenty of posts where people are like, yeah, I met my husband, I met my wife on social media or through a dating app and things like that. In walks of life that don't line up and in places that don't ever meet. So I think
that's why I love my time when I used to go down south. I got to see I used to go down south every summer,
Mm.
different parts. And I loved it because no matter, like, I went to Cleveland, Ohio. Never would have thought I went there a day in my life. Seeing how country they were, I didn't realize that they were even country, but they definitely are. But I was excited because I got to see my Bone Thugs, you know, their little block, East 99. I got to go do all these things that I wanted to do, and I'm super excited about it. But at the same time, it was just like seeing their way of life versus where we were. And I remember vividly, was I in Ohio when I first heard Nelly before he came out up here. And I remember having a bootleg CD of his, and a lot of the songs they put on the first album, I already knew them. And it was crazy to me because I'm like, oh, Nelly's out. And I'm like, oh, I know. I'm over here singing the words verbatim because I already know it. Like, I already know this stuff. Even hearing Bow Wow.
Right.
Like back then, it was like, I already heard this. I've heard this. Where are y'all at? Like, you know. So and even
the first time I heard Outkast, I was on a trip to Atlanta, and I got to hear it. I got to hear Outkast before they had really broke up north. So
and then even when I went to Atlanta, not realizing how much they on like the old school hip hop that I grew up on. Like they was, I'm like, y'all on this? Like I'm already here.
Super behind. There. Yeah, the South was super behind back in the day.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know, that's why I said I was lucky enough, fortunate enough to be able to, in my travels, be away from where I grew up and on this coast and hearing stuff. I didn't get to go to the West Coast, but like, you know, I got to go to different parts. I went to Charlotte, North Carolina. I went to Virginia. I went all over. I went to a couple places. I can't even remember all the places I went to, but like I just remember always going and then coming back like country. And that's why it's called me my mom's country baby, because I was like a Southern kid that was happened to be in Jersey. Like it was just crazy. But yeah, I think social media has given us so many positive things, but also so many negative things.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the dating thing, you know, it's also raised expectations and requirements that don't really need to be there, right?
And then we always trying to follow trends, which is crazy.
Yeah, part of the trends, you know, how people look, even, you know, because in certain areas, you know, looks and how people are shaped and things like that was something that we didn't, you know, really see back in the day as a thing, because we saw who we saw, you know. And now
even with podcasting, you can see the difference.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because with podcasting, we started out just voices.
Talk radio.
Yeah, and then you could and now you put the names and faces. Well, you can put the names to the faces, but like putting the faces to
the voice
that you've been hearing for this long period of time, and it's just like the way people look at podcasting versus what, like, podcasting is so very versatile. It's not one blueprint of how a podcast should be,
right?
But even with that, the expectations of how your podcast should be, people want to align themselves with podcasts they follow.
Right.
So it's everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But you know, it's easy for the DMs. It's not as easy to get to certain celebrities and DMs unless you are at a certain status, because I know some celebrity have people and reps in their DMs, you know, monitoring what they say and what they post, like, oh, make sure it's a good one or something like this. But as far as us regular people, yeah, we shouldn't be having this much access to this much skin, because some people have just lost their mind.
Yeah.
some people have got like 3 different lives on 4 different social media platforms. I'm just like, wait, who are you this week? I don't know.
Yeah, there's that part, right? You know, anonymity that social media has provided to people.
Pick who you want to be.
Yeah, definitely pick who they want to be. You know, the catfishing is at an all-time high. The representatives are at an all-time high.
Oh yeah, I had somebody catfish me a profile on POF. I was like, I'm like, no. I remember this a couple years back, and I was like, I haven't what? And they were sending me. They got pictures off my page, everything. They was out here living there, whoever it was. I was like, that I don't know Whoever I heard talking in that page, it ain't me. So,
Yeah. And then you got other representatives like, people who got different profiles, Kevin Durant, defending him. He's defending himself against with his other platforms. I'm like, dude, are you that insecure? But anyway.
Hey, some people are. Some people are. Make sure you guys like, share, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be alerted to when we're back online. 10 years of GFT Radio Show. We're here on Mondays, 10 p.m. Various shows as well. So make sure you guys hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we
I'm going to be back doing Sex with Sunny.
Our thing. So make sure you guys do that. Hype has new episodes dropping as well. So make sure you guys check that out. We were trying to get him on, but he was having some technical difficulties, but you saw him in the comments. So make sure you guys get Hype as well. And then, hit up our website, gftradioshow.com for the GFT Radio Network, all of our socials, all of our social links, all of our conversation links like to the GFT Join the Conversation group. Make sure you guys join that. And then listen free on demand 24/7 in your favorite audio platform or on your favorite video platform as well. So you can see all the replays. Make sure you do that. Sonny, tell the folks where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on Threads. I'm on there. I'm on IG, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok, all the same name. So you should be able to find me. I'm very easy. I don't even be on Twitter. I got to update this because I definitely be on Threads. I only be on X, Twitter, whatever it's called nowadays. Unreservedlyme.com is the website where you can see my blog posts and get all into my brain. I'm there. I was about to say something to y'all. What I was about to say? Oh my God, my brain just died. Okay. I can't remember. All right.
You say you can't remember?
I can't remember what it was. I had something I was going to say, and I don't even know what it is no more.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Dame, tell the folks where they can find you.
Here, sometimes, when I'm available on Mondays. You can find me at Another Level Up on Instagram, and Shiloh21 on Xbox Network, and on Twitch. Yes, Twitch. Shiloh21 on Twitch. And I'd like to say happy anniversary to Sunny. Me and her got an anniversary. 10 years of me getting on her nerves.
Hey,
man, I love it.
What? This man.
10 years of me getting on your nerves. I'm an HR problem.
Clearly.
Go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Make sure you check me out on IG, Twitter, and Threads over at Willie Styles. I'm Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. Visit me at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to, or at least most of them. Some of my hot tracks haven't been posting, but they're getting updated now. WillieStyles.info for all my links.
Now I know what I was going to say. Now that Dame stopped laughing, it threw me off. Sex with Sunny will be coming back next month, 2 nights a week. I may be doing 6 p.m. If black folks aren't in my house, I'm going to be doing 6 p.m. But if not, will be changing the time to now be at 10. So I'll let you guys know before the first live show goes, and it will be live.
For sure.
10 years of Sunny not giving us any sex. That's so horrible.
I'm not. I'm listening. It's life choices. I'm about to be switching it up now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Make sure y'all check out Hype on I am Hype on IG, Twitter, and Threads. How to Hustle podcast on Hype every Monday, 2 a.m. And then on your favorite audio platform, and then hit up his business pages, Custom Hustle World and H2H Cleaners as well. Make sure you guys do that. All right. Well, we are out of here. Make sure you guys have a great week, and we will see y'all later. I am out.
Yo, it's your boy Dame here.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Network.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building.
Join us Mondays at 10 p.m. live on Twitch, YouTube, and our Facebook. And if you miss us, don't worry. You can catch it on our website, gftradioshow.com. And if you feel like talking to us every day, join our Facebook group.
At Join the Conversation. The the group where you can discuss all kinds of topics.
Catch me also, Fans Perspective, Dope Sports Show. Holla at your boy.
You can cop some merchandise over at our store, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and even more.
Next time on GFT Radio, what are we talking about? Join the conversation to find out.
Make sure you get at us on GFTradioshow.com for all of our audio and video playbacks, as well as links to all of our social media sites.